It's time for Ryan's Roses. Let's get this done. It's time for Ryan's Roses. So it's a public service, and you can send us whatever your story is, then decide later if you want to go on the air. Ryan at KissFM.com. This one says, Dear Ryan and Sissany, my husband been acting odd. Less talkative, more private than usual. I question what it all means, but in my heart, in the pit of my stomach, I think I know. On top of all that, he recently told me that he has to take a trip in April and suggested I get someone to come help with the kids when he's gone. He never takes work trips, so this is odd, and especially over a weekend. This has never happened. It's Vicky in Chino Hills. Let's get Vicky now. Vicky, good morning.
Good morning. Hi.
Hi. Usually, if you've got this strong a feeling on the inside, something is well, certainly something's not right, but something might be going on. So we have all the information from your email. How long have you and your husband been married?
8 years.
Okay. And he's never said he's got, I mean, could he possibly? I mean, is there any reason he could have a work trip over a weekend?
I honestly, all the time that I've known him, never has he taken a work trip. I don't understand. I mean, he's had opportunities and he's turned it down because he doesn't like to take work trips. So I don't even know anymore. It's like, this is the weirdest thing that he's done. I don't know.
Okay. We are going to get right to this and make the phone call to your husband and find out what is going on and where he is going on that weekend. Hang on one second, Vicky. That's what we're going to do now. All right, Vicky's on the phone. She's married 8 years. Her husband acting strange. Not engaged, less talkative, a little sketch, and now all of a sudden he's got to go out of town over a weekend for a work trip, which is not within the realm of normal. So we're going to get Vicky, and Vicky, if you would just say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then whatever your husband's name is, on Kiss FM. Go ahead.
Okay, Ryan, you have my permission to call
on Kiss FM. We have that, and now what we're going to do is we're going to call your husband on the air. Sissany is going to offer him some roses. We will all listen in, but we will all stay very quiet. And once I tell him he's on the air, then we will bring you in, but stay quiet until then. Look, we want to find out who's top of mind. I mean, we're offering him flowers. So who's top of mind? Who does he want to send them to? And, of course, is there any sort of sentiment on the card that gives us more information? Okay?
Okay.
Good luck.
Quiet.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Matt?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Matt. This is Gloria. I'm calling from Gigi's Flowers. We're actually located by the shops in Chino Hills around Peyton Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the reason I'm calling is because we're offering a chance for local residents to send free flowers to anybody that they'd like today. It's a dozen red roses. They're absolutely free, and you can send them to anyone that you'd like.
Oh, that sounds great. Actually, right now, I'm good. I don't need to send them to anyone.
Oh,
but thank you for calling.
Are you sure they're free? I don't need credit card info, anything from you. I mean, you just hope that hopefully whoever receives them likes them, and then you refer us to friends and family.
No, that's great. Yeah, I'm good though. I don't need any flowers right now.
Are you, there's nobody in your life that you'd want to put a smile on their face today?
Of course there is, but I'm not. I don't need to.
It'll take 2 seconds, honestly. Well, I just need the name of the person you want to send them to and a quick note, and we can get them off they'll get them by lunchtime today.
Thank you for calling. If you could take me off the list, I don't need to send any flowers to anybody right now.
Matt, it is Ryan Seacrest and Sissany. Your voice is being broadcast on the radio right now. I need you to know that. Reason we're calling is, frankly, your wife has asked us to call you. Vicky is on the phone with us, Matt. And Vicky is...
Why?
What do you mean, why? Whoa. She's your wife.
Why am I on the radio? Why is she? Why is she on the phone with us? What's going on here?
Well, she has asked us, as I was saying, she has asked us to call you because she is questioning some recent behavior of yours, specifically this trip that you've scheduled for work to go out of town over a weekend, which she thinks is suspect. Vicky, I'm just being candid. And she's concerned that maybe something is going on outside of your marriage and that you're messing around. Vicky, is that accurate?
Well, if he didn't want to send the flowers to someone, what does that mean? I think this just proves he's trying to hide something. in this whole trip, I don't even know. I mean, he's in the hot seat, so I just want him to explain himself a little bit here because I don't know what he's thinking.
Vicky, I am so shocked right now. This is incredulous to me. That I can't
What's
believe
going on then?
there's nothing.
Why
going
are
on.
you?
Do you think that there's somebody else? Is this why you did this?
That's exactly. I mean, I don't know. That's what you leave. You leave me in the dark. I have no idea what's been going on with you. I try to talk to you every day, and now all of a sudden, usually you have all these stories, and you tell me all this cool stuff, and like we're always talking during the day, and now it's just like one word answers, and then you're like, "Oh, I'm taking a work trip." What's that about? You never take work trips.
Yeah.
If you just need someone else, just be honest with me. Just don't make me have to guess and just have to suspect it. Just say whatever's going on.
Vicky, the intention wasn't to make you worried. This trip that I'm taking, I actually planned a getaway for the two of us. We're going to head over to Palm Springs, and I wanted it to be a surprise, which is why, Vicky, that's why I said to have someone watch the kids. I wanted to have them covered so we could go because you're with them all the time. You needed a break, and the reason I haven't been talking much is because I thought I was going to spill the beans. I was afraid I was going to say something, and then I just can't believe that. I mean, I really feel terrible that you thought there was something more than that.
Yeah,
that you went to this.
I didn't even know what to think. I was like, our whole family is going to be. I thought absolutely the worst, and I didn't know how to ask. And you really planned a weekend. You really planned a trip.
Yeah, I'm really sorry that I told you, but I actually was doing it for you.
Hey, not to overstep, but how do we know, Matt, that you already planned this trip?
How? How would
maybe you're just reacting to this call, and look, your wife's concerns. These are things that were building up, and she was feeling something. How do we know that you just didn't change the story here?
Well, because my wife knows who I am, and that's. I mean, it's just who I am. She spends day and night with them. I work. I'm gone early and come back once those kids have eaten. And I wanted to do something for her. I give her a break, even when the kids were on a break from school.
Yeah.
She's with them full time, and I wanted to do something for her. I don't know how to justify it other than that for you.
Great, Vicky. Only you are going to be the one to. I mean, you're the only judge here on whether or not he's being genuine. I just worry.
Do you love your wife?
Do I love my wife? I love my wife very much. Of course I do. This is why I'm doing all this for her. You think it's easy not to share everything with her?
Yeah. No, I'm sure that's hard.
Quiet.
But there's a reason that we're all on the phone here. So, Vicky, do you believe Matt?
I really want to believe him. I mean, I don't know. I always say to him, I wish it was just you and us sometime. I love the kids. It's like I wish we had more time together. And yeah, it's actually something we used to do when we were dating. We go to Palm Springs for the weekend. So yeah, I really believe it.
Well, we're going to leave it there. I think we've gotten most of the information that we can get, Vicky and Matt. Matt, thank you for taking the time to explain on the air. And Vicky, thank you for listening and reaching out. And we wish you the best of luck. I hope this is a great weekend.
Thanks, Dave.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Have fun on your trip.
Yeah.
Well, I don't believe Matt. I think he just covered himself right there. That was, to me, that was classic cover-up.
Interesting.
This is what I'm thinking, because she had a lot of feelings leading up to this.
Right.
And so I don't think he was being that sketchy because he was planning a getaway.
And why didn't he send the flowers to
his
wife?
Well, he was almost offended that you were on the telephone talking to him about flowers.
Yeah. He did not want to send those flowers to anybody.
I have to say to you, honestly, Sissany, I just do not believe him. I just don't. And it'd be very interesting to see if you heard that Ryan's Roses. I'm very curious to know if you believe him or if he just covered himself. And if you missed it, we'll tell you what we're talking about. But it sounds like I think she believes him.
I kind of believe him too.
Well, I'm just telling you that I'm pretty clear on this one.
I don't know that he can make up that whole story on the spot, especially because she might now see it. Okay, where's the reservation? Let me see it.
I'd be curious to know what you think. All right, so should we get back to Ryan's Roses? Vicky sent us an alert, and Vicky said, okay, so something's going on with my guy, my husband. His name is Matt. He's being strange. He's being sketchy. He's not talking. He's not engaging. Something is clearly up. Now he has said, hey, I got to take a business trip over a weekend. Sorry. That's what I got to do for work. And she's like, okay, that never, ever, ever happens. Mm-hmm. So we get him on the phone, and he shuts you down, Sissany. I haven't heard in a long time.
He wants nothing to do with
no
free flowers.
Thank you, nothing.
No thank you. Take me off your list.
Not even just like asking you, just nothing. Don't want to be involved. Now that is when I started thinking, does he know it's us? Mm-hmm. Well, if he knew it was us, he probably would have played it differently by saying, oh, of course, I want to send these to my lovely and amazing wife.
Yeah, play it up.
But he tried to shut you down. Then we get him on the phone, and he says, oh, well, the reason that I've been so distant and the reason why I said I had to go away for a weekend was because I was planning a surprise getaway to Palm Springs for us. Just listen carefully. Even if you missed it, listen carefully to this.
I actually planned a getaway for the two of us. We're going to head over to Palm Springs, and I wanted it to be a surprise, which is why, Vicky, that's why I said to have someone watch the kids. I wanted to have them covered so we could go, because you're with them all the time. You needed a break, and the reason I haven't been talking much is because I thought I was going to spill the beans. I was afraid I was going to say something, and then I just can't believe that. I mean, I really feel terrible that you thought there was something more than that.
Now, you can hear her believe him.
Yeah, I believe him.
Well, what you can't hear is me not believing him. But I'm telling you, I do not believe a word of it. I think somehow he was quick enough to cover his tracks. Curious to know what Genevieve in Moreno Valley. First of all, Genevieve, thank you for listening to us in Moreno Valley. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great, Ryan. How are you?
I'm good, and thank you for asking. You believe Matt. Why?
Yes, I do. I think, with her sending in the email and just saying how his behavior has been really strange, and that she mentioned herself that he had even said that she needed to get a sitter to help her watch the kids for the weekend, and how she thought that was really, really weird. And then the fact when he came on the air and he said, that's why I needed you to get someone, is because of that, that he had this planned out for her. And so when he said that, I was just kind of like, well, it all makes sense.
So had he not arranged or suggested somebody watch the kids over that weekend, had he not done that, would you have believed him or not?
I want to say I probably would have been kind of in the middle about it. It just makes a lot of sense that if a husband is planning a weekend with his wife, they have to arrange something for the kids because they have kids. Mm-hmm. So to me, that was just kind of like, oh, he's totally telling the truth. And then the fact that they're going away to a place where they used to go to before they had kids. She felt so relieved once he mentioned Palm Springs. So to me, that was another indicator that he was kind of telling the truth.
Well, you're a very good listener because you picked up on all of that. And Genevieve, I think that Vicky thinks the same way you think. I think his wife actually is thinking the same way. Thank you so much for calling. Now, I want to just bounce for a second to Acton because is it Laurie or Larry?
Larry.
Or is it Larry?
Larry.
Yes, that's the one I thought. So Larry, you like me are not buying it, right?
No, I don't believe it for a second. I mean, if he was planning to take her away for the weekend, he would have gotten his own sitter. If he asked her to find a sitter to hang out with her and the kids, you would find somebody that you would know 100% is comfortable staying at your house with your kids while you're out of town. No way. I think he had a plan for somebody else.
Mm-hmm. I've not been this clear in a long time. I agree with you. Thank you. Carmen in Inglewood. Carmen, where do you stand on this important relationship between Vicky and Matt?
I totally agree with you and Larry. I was listening to Genevieve like, girl, if my husband was planning a trip, I mean, and he asked me, oh, well, no. Let's say this. If I knew that he said, find a babysitter for the kids, I would have thought something. I wouldn't have forgotten that. That was important. I think I was mixed. I fell for the okie doke at first. I was like, maybe he doesn't want to deal with the telemarketer when Sydney calls. But he messed up when he mentioned the kids. I would remember my husband telling me, find a sitter. Like Laurie said, or Larry, I'm sorry, girl. Larry said, you would have found your own sitter. Why wouldn't you find the sitter if you wanted to keep the surprise?
Right.
Yeah. I think Carmen, matter of fact, I'm almost positive that you're right. And I know, Sisney, you disagree on this one, but this is pretty clear. It's pretty clear.
Yeah, I'm starting to turn.
See, we got her, Carmen. We got her, Carmen. We got her. All right, you take care, Carmen. Have a good day. Thank you for listening, Inglewood. Christina, Ryan's Roses, broadcasting to you in Fontana this morning. And we heard from Vicky, her husband, Matt, acting shady. He says, the reason I wasn't sending flowers was because I just didn't want to do it. And then secondly, the reason I've been acting so strange lately and said I have to go away for a weekend is because I was planning a surprise getaway for us to Palm Springs. Christina, I don't believe him. Sisney's on the fence. A lot of others do believe him. I think his wife believes him now that we've put them on the air. But you have a theory that did not cross my mind. Go ahead.
Hi, I do have a theory. I think the reason that he didn't want to send flowers was because he's cheating with another man. And it's a little more unconventional to send flowers to another man. He almost sounded offended, like you guys said. And the whole Palm Springs thing, that's definitely a hot zone for gay couples.
So what led you, though? Connect the dots. What led you to that conclusion?
I think in his voice as well, you could almost kind of hear his voice has a little bit of that, sass in it. I have quite a lot of gay male friends. It definitely sounded like he's cheating, and you could tell the way he questioned, do I love my wife? You don't question that. You answer right away, yes.
I will say, there. I don't know what's happening, but there was something very curious about how he really didn't want to talk to you, Sisney, and wanted to have nothing to do with any opportunity to send flowers to anybody about anything.
He wanted to get off the phone.
Definitely,
just
and
hang
I
up.
definitely
If you
think
just
that
hang
it's
up
unconventional to send flowers to another man.
Well,
so if that was the case.
I do like low white flowers. I do like flowers that are not too high, low and white. I do. And I love an orchid.
Like that.
I like an orchid too. But Christina, thank you for listening to Fontana.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Just on the flowers tip, I do. I think they're beautiful.
Yeah, what else do you like?
Well, I like long walks on the beach. I like small horses to ride.
Small. You're not supposed to ride small horses.
Oh, you're not? That might be why I always get those looks. No, I like flower arrangements that are low.
Yeah,
so when you're sitting
really modern.
across from somebody, you can actually see them. It's the worst when you got something in your face.
I know.
Interesting, Christina.
I did not see that at all, but could be a possibility.
Well, I don't know if we should take Darlene because Darlene, you realize Sisney is working for 3 right now. She's pregnant with twins. We're in week 26. I don't know that. What did you want to say to Sisney about the Ryan's Roses call?
I think that he may have been, on alert because the street name was mispronounced. It's
Again?
Actually, I believe it's Peyton.
Peyton? What did I say?
Peyton.
No, I said Peyton.
Well,
We
look,
can pull the audio.
We'll pull the audio. It's neither here nor there. But it is interesting. Like, we have so many streets in Southern California that look one way and sound another. You definitely know when people are from out of town when they call it Sopavita or Wilshire.
Wilshire.
Right?
Totally.
Or even Orange County. I mean, no one says that.
Orange County.
What do they say?
Yeah.
OC.
Oh.
No one says OC. Yeah.
And I think that's why he became more on guard at that point.
Okay. Well, Sissy,
see.
you did a great job. Nevertheless. All right. Take care. Or if they
Thank you.
say I have to take the highway. You know.
Well, yeah, nobody
you
says
know.
that here.
I-5. No, it says I. It's the 5.
Yeah.
I-405. I spy someone from out of town. And it's you, Peyton. Now, I just don't believe him. I really don't. And I think Nathaniel.
He was very quick.
But I think Nathaniel in Anaheim, he really has the answer. Nathaniel.
Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry.
Are you indisposed? You okay?
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
I was in my office.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no worries. So, but listen to this point. This tells us everything. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I go to Palm Springs often. I usually also go to Coachella every year, and I believe they said he was planning this trip in April. It's impossible to find a hotel in Palm Springs in April, so I really think he's lying.
He's not telling the truth. Coachella explains it. You can't get a... Sissany, you're a goer.
It's impossible.
Coachella is only 2 weekends, and then you have Stagecoach. That does leave another weekend in April.
Even then, you have people who want to sightsee in Palm Springs. It's impossible, I'm telling you.
It's not impossible. We accidentally booked a hotel once during Stagecoach, and we didn't even go to Stagecoach. We didn't know it was Stagecoach.
Nathaniel's
But
on
it's
it.
probably like $500 a night, though.
Yeah,
Come
let's
on
not
now.
get into an argument, you two.
It's Palm Springs.
Hey, there's enough
It's like
springs
you
to
don't
go
really need
around.
Plan out that far out. It's pretty close. I mean, you could be there in like 2 hours, no matter where you live out here.
Nathaniel,
I think that he's definitely lying.
I agree. Get back to your office. Thank you for listening.
Where do you work?
Goodbye.